Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's been a minute since I made anything because stuff's going on, but I had some time, so I'm gonna do more random replay review. I think there was like one other ever episode of this, but I randomly select a replay, but it can't be a bunch of different things, and then I commented it. So the rules are, it can't be something relevant for tournament play, because I don't want to reveal secret tactics. It can't be something that's already on the YouTube unless like very specific reasons, and no team games. So yeah, let's like do this. Okay, that's all TWL. I don't want to do that. All right, we can do this. Epirus, Parthia. All right. I wonder which one's better. We'll just do this one. This was con preparation. VG had Parthia. He was gonna face Tila with Epirus. I think I commentated the actual result of those games. Tila won 3-2. So very close series. So here we're just prepping. Let's see. I don't even know if I win this game, but yeah. So here VG is doing some noble horse archer shit. So let's look at my army again. Con rules. So 3 Thessalians, Hellenic Royal Cav, Italian Cav, 3 pikes, 3 Sam Knights, 3 Italian swords, 1 Thurio Spear, 2 slingers, and 3 Tarentines. Pretty normal. 3 noble horse archers for VG. He's got 3 slingers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Parthian swords. Bunch of melee cav. It's like 4 noble blood cav. No, 3 noble blood cav, 2 Median cav, some fucking Eastern spears. So he went for no cataphracts, which was kind of dumb. But he does have the noble HA. Which basically fuck the Tarentines. You can never really fight them because they just have too much armor. If you can get close, you can javelin them, but they can just melee you. So yeah, you don't have really much options. You just need to waste their ammo, pretty much. Here, infantry fight, it's gonna be fine for Epirus. 5 Parthian swords, sure, but you have 6 melee and you have pikes, pretty much. He does have 1 Hillman, I guess, and 3 Eastern spears, so he does have 6 melee as well, but the Hillmen are pretty useless against the Italian swords, and the Parthian swords are not going to be pikes and Italian swords. So here, yeah, he goes for a melee attack here, but you can see I'm actually getting javelin, so he's a bit too aggressive here, I'd say. I go for melee, and my cav kind of close by. But on the charge, I lose. Okay, I lose like 3 men. It's not terrible, but it was better to just keep javelining him here. Anyway, I'm gonna get this unit in, so he's gonna have to run away. So I lose 5 men. He's starting to lose men. He does get a shot there, which kills 10 people. I guess that's kind of lame. But I do get some javelins off. Not worth it in the end. Only because he got that arrows. Here he's just gonna sacrifice a Median cav here. Which is stupid to try to kill some slingers. He kills like 30 slingers, but he loses a shit ton of Medians. Yeah, that was a bit too aggressive. He likes to do this like cav aggression, but he loses like 20 men in his cav unit. So that's kind of bad. My slingers are pretty fucking worthless here because he has Eastern slingers. So now I'm just gonna engage his Eastern spears. He's gonna fall back. Smart. Now at this point, I should just attack because I don't want to get shot. And I'm gonna do that. And Phalanx. Getting out of here with my Italian swords. Doesn't really get many javelins, so that's pretty nice. He's shooting my pikes and my cav. Looks like. This Italian cav lost 10 men. I don't even know how. Maybe to those arrows. So he's definitely doing good so far. Here I'm getting some nice javelins though. Now I'm getting. Okay, I was way too aggressive here. This is terrible, obviously. I tried to dodge the javelins, but yeah, this is really sloppy. So, well played from him there. He's also getting into this slinger, so pretty chaotic gameplay at the moment. Again, though, this Median's also going to start to lose some men to my charge, so I'm okay with this trade. Guess it wasn't ideal, but like, whatever. This Italian cav, I'm just using it to bait, and now I'm going to get very aggressive here. I'm going to get the charge and the javelins. He's going to use his noble horse archers in melee here, which is not good, given that I just got a charge, and I have a ton of support. My pikes are very aggressive here, just pushing him back. He's pushing me on the flank. I had to run away with my Thessalians, which won't get out. My Tarentines are in good support here. They can just javelin the fuck out of his horse archers. His cav. Here, yeah, you can see there's Noble Blood taking significant losses. Noble Horse Archers taking significant losses. My Thessalians are pretty healthy. Here is Noble Horse Archer, does get into my Tarentines, but will take a lot of javelins, and I realize kind of on time. He's losing a lot of men here. His cav is almost all dead now. I mean, like, literally just has his Noble Horse Archers in one cav. And he started with 5 melee cavs, so this is terrible for him. He's not doing anything in the infantry war either, because his Parthian swords are fighting my Samnites. Very good fight for me. And they're fighting my pikes plus Italians. So like I said, that combo is going to be very deadly against Parthian swords. He does have 1 unit free here, but I'm sending a pike in here. Massive cavalry battle here, but I'm going to win, because my cav is better. And I have my general in there. He goes for this bridge charge, it's pretty nice. With his 1 healthy cav unit. The rest are pretty low though, and I'm gonna win this as a fucking massive blob here. I pull out my Thurius Spear and my pikes though, because I realize I don't really need them here. My Samnites are gonna win this fight easily. So I'm gonna reform. I'm already killing tons of his infantry. He only has this 1 unit behind. Again, my Tarentine's getting a bit too involved, but his horse archer's down to 20, his general. So that's quite good. This unit's also down to 50, so doing some damage. And slingers are still alive, but he's running out of cavalry to actually protect them with. My general, healthy. This unit, healthy. This unit, healthy. So it's not great for him. Also have these 2 smaller units. And my Tarentines continue to survive, which just means that his units are shooting them, which is wasting their ammo. And you can see the infantry fight here. Parthian sword is going to die to these Italians pretty easily. He does have a full Parthian sword here. And some hillmen here, but the rest of his infantry are dead. And so his slingers here are not a huge threat. I must have killed 1 as well. So he has 2 slingers there. Yeah, there's the other one. It must have gotten into melee accidentally. I don't see it, but whatever, it must have been. So yeah, his cab's going down, they're all very unhealthy. I think he just uses cav a little too aggressively, but also I think you just need cataphracts in this matchup. But yeah, this was just a test game, so I don't really blame him for trying something. He figured he should try something. Yeah, I realized that charge was stupid. I was gonna charge my own men, so I'll kill these slingers instead. But yeah, his cavalry power was too weak. His noble horse archers didn't really get anything done, and my cav was just surviving up. His noble horse archers were not getting very much done. This cavalry is just going to sacrifice itself to chase these slingers so I can kill his infantry. He's getting some good engagements finally on this flank, but I have way too much infantry here. These Samnites are very healthy. Spam clicking attack orders here with my pikes. Maybe. At least giving an attack order. Trying to pike these guys in the back, obviously very effective.
Orders understood.
And yeah, chasing down these slingers. He only has some horse archers left, not many. Pikes suck. Pikes suck. So dumb. This is like free kills. Finally, we're gonna get in here. So yeah, these guys are surrounded, they're gonna die. I'm trying to get a nice flank charge, sorta something. But really, there's 1 slinger left. He does get into my pike pretty well there, but he's gonna take some losses on the way out here to Makav, which kills Scatafract now. Parthian sword getting absolutely obliterated. You can see when they're actually fighting in 2 directions, like pikes are OP. But yeah, his horse archers go down. Nice javelin volley there. Pretty much seals it here. He doesn't have enough to kill those guys. Alright, that's the first replay. Looking at the stats, like, not much to see here. Infantry just won. His cav did nothing. My cav did slightly better. Had a lot of infantry. Slingers didn't do enough for him, and his noble horse archers definitely didn't do enough. But yeah, so we'll move on. Nice kills on these Italian swords against some high quality opposition as well. Okay, let's. Oh, I did it by name. That's gonna be easier. Let's do something on this side. Alright, we can do. Oh, look at those other 2. Yeah, which one of these is better? I think this one. So this guy is like some German guy. He's pretty good, but yeah, he's very interested in kiting. He's cool, but I also am interested in kiting, so I took this Empress army. He took some like weird Nerfii army where it's like a semi-kite. He has 4 noble horse, so it's like I don't know why he's doing that. But my Empress is like the normal kite Empress with 3 Tarentines this time. only 4 Thessalians and 1 general cav, because I didn't expect them to take this much cav, and I needed to block the obvious 3 scout riders that Nerve is going to take. My infantry is 3 Samnites and 3 Italian swords, that's it. Slingers, 2 Rhodians, 4 regular slingers, so very strong slinger force. Already getting some nice javelins there, unfortunately doesn't kill anything. Let's fast forward, look at his army. 3 slingers for him, 4 noble horse, so that's kind of interesting. Bunch of like spear brothers and levy freemen on the flank, so 2 levy free, 2 spear brothers, 3rd levy freeman here. 1, 2, 3, 3 fierce swords, 1 Celtic warrior, so not a lot of infantry power. 4 noble horse though, so his cavalry is much better than mine, but it's not the best. Here he like tries to kill my slingers, but they're already shooting him and they're Rhodians, so they just fucking don't need it. He does get some nice javelins in there, but yeah, this is not worth it. And they're Rhodians, so they get like 3 volleys, and yeah, he's starting to take massive losses here. And this scout rider is also getting pursued by 2 Tarentines, which is never gonna turn out well. Here, I'm just gonna start shooting his noble horse. He's rushing this flank, so I'm gonna rotate this way, clockwise, I suppose. I'm getting my Tarentines behind him now. Again, he can't really stand up to me in the slinger fight at all. 6 versus 3. And his infantry is all weak to slingers, like Spear Brothers, 50 armor is just about the best you're going to get, but Sphere Swords, 45 armor, Celtics as well, 45 armor, so you're not going to have a lot of luck there. You can see I'm overlapping him on this flank. He does have way more infantry than me. He has 5 melee infantry, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4 melee infantry, maybe. That's really weird. But 4 melee infantry and the 2 Spear Brothers and shit, so and a bunch of levy free, so he has way more infantry than me. And, you know, only 4 versus 5 cav and 3 jav cav each, so that's not terrible. But what I want to do is overlap on the flank here and start shooting these guys down with my slingers for free, not getting caught up on the rush where he has. You can see all 4 of his cav are here, and most of his army. He just has 2 spears out on the flank, but I want to start pushing here and getting flank shots on him so that when he pushes forward, he's going to get shot in the rear. And of course, like one of my Italian swords, you can see what I did actually is I put both of my Italian swords on this flank because he only has 2 spears here. They can easily win that fight, and that way I have more Samnites close to the center where his main infantry line of Fierce Swords is. Even Fierce Swords are going to have a tough time beating Samnites, of course. I mean, if they get a good charge, they can probably do pretty well, especially if it's a frenzied charge plus second wind. But that's about the only condition that they'll do well in. So yeah, pushing forward and pushing back his Jav cav whenever possible. That's pretty standard. You can see he's quite close to the red line here, but that's fine. I am trying to move forward now. Baited the javelin volley there pretty nicely, for what it's worth. Getting this Tarentine, trying to wrap it around, because as you can see his Jav cav took pretty good losses there, down to half, down a little bit, and that one's full. Where those Tarentines are also full. I don't think any of my Tarentines has taken a single loss. 1 loss, goddammit, 2 losses. So that's fine. Winning the Jav cav war, of course. Now finally he's going to get quite aggressive here. But you can see already getting shots across, should have been targeting this unit. I'm going to do so now. I'm going to get a nice javelin volley into the noble horse, flank charge into the noble horse. And now you can see this is completely fine. I can just run my Thessalians away. Italian swords will do great in this fight. My Tarentines are javelining in here. I'm starting to do a slinger war here, obviously, because I'm going to win this. Maybe I'm a little overextended there, but it's okay. And now I'm going to get a second charge with these Thessalians into another noble horse. Again, I'm going to win these infantry fights. His melee force is very far away. He's running away. Even I should be a bit closer. I should be shifting more cav here. But even though it's noble horse versus Thessalians, I'm getting the better of these engagements because I'm also killing his infantry. You can see this noble horse down to 30, this one down to 49, whereas my Thessalians are at 54 and 30, so doing quite well there. Getting slinger volleys into his noble horse, really doing a lot of damage now because those are Rhodians. Getting those shots. This guy's a bit extended, so I just say I'll just stand here and take the shots frontally. This noble horse is dead. Here's general, like, goes for some aggressive play here, but I'm just gonna run away. I should have been, you know, I wasn't very pushed forward here. That was obviously bad, but you know, he's gonna take a javelin volley here if he tries to stay. He does more or less bait it out, but he loses 3 or 4 men. His second noble horse is going down here, so he lost 2 noble horses basically. He does randomly like escape with this one for some reason. And you know, they'll get good kills if they charge into my slingers there, so I'm going to try to escape. Now this Samnite was overextended, so it's going to probably die here. This is not ideal, but killing 2 Noble Horse to lose 1 Samnite is obviously very good for me. And I'm starting to win against the slingers here because they're like 2v1 and stuff. Again, my Terratines are too far away from his Scout Riders here, so they're going to be able to do some damage. And I have to kind of push them away with infantry, which is never ideal, since infantry can't really catch them. So yeah, this was not ideal. He's going to kill 1 slinger here. But whatever. I've already wrapped up this flank. I do lose that Samnite pretty much for free. I should have just stood and fight. Bought, maybe. But I'm still winning decisively. Now I'm like, okay, let me just aggress with my my Italian swords over here. I can push back his spears. They're winded. I'm active, so I have a little bit of a stamina edge. Over here, there's not much going on, so the pressure is going to be all over here. You can see my infantry is pulling back. I have all my slingers still. These guys are all going to come back. 69, 71, so I lost like 40 slingers there. Not a huge problem. Oh, he did have 4 slingers, by the way, not 3. So that does change the calculations a little bit. His slingers are quite healthy, so that's good for him. He's going to go after this 1 Italian sword here. It is tired, so he can't catch it, but it is one of his only 2 infantry units left. I've already killed 1 slinger here. And I wasn't able to get my Terratines behind because he did do a good job of blocking with this Levy Free, but now it's tired. I'm going to be chasing with my swords on the flank. Here, I just go for a charge.
Engage!
I figure I can just take out some of these guys, but it's a bit unnecessary. That was a bit lame. But I do see that his slingers are all right here, so I really want to just get to his slingers at all costs. I'm shooting his general in the back here with my slingers. You can see I'm going to get a charge into not only his slingers, but his Noble Horse here. It's a really good charge for me here. My Samnites are closely in support. Another Thessalian's coming in. Now he just doesn't have enough cav to block from every angle. I have my Terratines back here. Another Thessalian. Yeah, I go for this charge, of course. It's going to be a massive blob charge here. My Thessalians get out. They only lose 15 men, so this is totally fine. Fierce Sword's going to get blocked in here by my Samnites. He does try to go for my slingers here, but they just get triple focused and wrecked.
Understood. By your command.
I have my Terratine here to clear that up. Here, a little bit of a mismicro here. These Terratines are going to get owned by Javelin Volley. And now my General is going to come in even. He's going to charge. Yeah, he does. Charging the Noble Horse there. So this is a good charge. Nice charge here, although the support wasn't very close, so I probably shouldn't have gone for that charge. And now my General has to get out here. He doesn't have infantry support, so this is a bit aggressive. You can see he's losing men pretty quickly, but I do have this Thessalian to charge and block this Noble Horse from killing my Gen. But I'm killing off his slingers. His Levy Freemen are soon to die, and I have all these slingers, a bunch of Italian swords, 1 Thessalian, 2 Thessalian, and the General all alive here. His General is alive, so the cavalry is evening out, but the slingers are my favorite still, and he doesn't have enough cav to really threaten my slingers at this point, because my Terratines are very healthy. 59 here. I must have lost, well, maybe I only have 1 Terratine left. That's not that great. But yeah, he doesn't have any melee infantry left. He literally has 1 Celtic warrior left, and it's dying to my Samnite. So the infantry fight has quite quickly gone in my favor. A bunch of spears, not really going to be a huge problem. Now I just need to reform. I have more cav. These Italian swords, getting after the Spear Brothers and the Levy Free. Spear Brothers will do okay in this fight, but there's another Italian sword on the way to finish off this engagement, and at that point he'll be pretty hard pressed to chase my slingers down. I'll just be able to surround him and finish off the fight. So pretty interesting fight, but yeah, I think he shouldn't have gone for the Noble Horse there. You need more. Just go for it. Yeah, going for Mighty Horse is totally acceptable here. Here he's gonna get in with his Fierce Swords with a Frenzy Charge. They're gonna do very well. That's his last infantry unit, which I'm just gonna kind of ignore. I can just shoot it down with my slingers. You can see 2 of them getting these nice flank shots. It's not really rear, it's not really unshielded side or anything, but yeah, it's fine. Gonna get a rear charge here, targeting his Noble Horse now that his Noble Horse is in there. My Samnites, 109 men, they're gonna be absolutely fine. These Thessalians are blocking his General's path to my slingers, so I'm just going to charge him. He either has to engage and get focused by all my slingers, or run away and get rear shot by all my slingers. So, not really any good choices there.
Advance!
Get the charge into his Germanic Scout Riders there. That will kill them off because they can't stand up to charges. My General's still quite healthy over here, half strength. His General as well, but his General is getting focused down heavily. Terratine in behind him here. He doesn't really have an answer for it. Slingers
Awaits your command.
can easily finish off these Fierce Swords. They don't really have to worry about that. Like even if they beat the Sam Knight, they're going to be in no man's land here. What are they going to really do? They'll just get focused by my Slingers whenever I choose to actually kill them off. But I'm going for his Slingers first. My massive Slinger army here is going to finish off the battle pretty much. So let's just skip. This General's going to go down. Nice charge from my General, killing off those Fierce Swords. That's that. So yeah, didn't really lose any Slingers there. So that's why I get the close victory. You see, Slingers did pretty well. Sam Knights, 2 of them did well. 1 of them I threw away really stupidly, but all of his Noble Horse, just a terrible unit. Not really good for the cost. And they're not going to carry you to victory here, so they did terribly. The Thessalians did much better. All of my Cav getting a Chevron. 2 of my Tarentines did pretty badly. And only 1, and same for him, I guess. 2 of the Scout Riders did bad. But I think my Tarentines, considering they survived 1 of them to the end, did a little bit better. Sam Knights, nice kills. Italian Swords, nice skills. Slingers, nice skills. So yeah, pretty balanced approach and worked out pretty nicely. Okay, let's see if we have something. Nothing all the way down there. This one, well, that one's, yeah. This one's on the stream. Where I know there's one other one that was like, that's kind of interesting. Yeah. I don't remember what actually happens in this one, so let's watch it. This is against NCR Ranger. Oh, interesting. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, this is an interesting tactic for this matchup. Gedai versus Nervii. I'm Nervii. NCR Ranger. Gedai. Here's back. Only for a bit. I don't know. I haven't seen him around recently, but maybe I should check. And yeah, so 3 Scout Riders for my Nervii with 2 Oathsworn, 2 Celtics, 1 Fierce Sword, 1 Naked Sword, so a mix. 1, 2 Naked Spears, 1 Levy Freeman, 3 Mighty Horse, 1 General. So a bit more expensive on the spears there, which is going to pay off, it seems, given that he has 3 Noble Horse. No other Cav, though. I can see the appeal, because given the weakness of Nervii to cavalry in general, and also they don't have many missiles, they only have slingers like Gallic Hunters. You know, Nervii is going to have good slingers, or good archers, I mean, so you can protect these guys, they'll be okay. So potentially a good idea there. I also have 4 slingers, so he doesn't have any archers though, he's gone for skirmishers instead. Also, not terrible. His general out here on the far left, his far left is not ideal because he's going to take unshielded side shots. It's his general there, so probably wants them on the other flank, to be honest. We have a couple of spears up front here, 3 spears, 1 spear warrior. Spear warriors are good, spears not so much. Axe warrior, 4 axe warriors, 2 noble swords, another spear here, 3 Dacian skirmishers, not the heavy skirmishers even, and 3 noble swords with 3 Thracian cavalry. As Jeff Cap, so it's gonna be interesting because the infantry fight will be very close. I have slightly better, I'd say, slightly better infantry, is slightly better cav. I have more cav and the 4 slingers, and he has a shit ton of spears, which might prove annoying, but I'm not really sure. Here he gets a nice javelin volley, so I'm just gonna charge him here. Not sure who even wins this, but I had more men, so I was like, I'll probably win. I can send a cav to help. He can as well, of course, his cav is better, but this is quickly going in my favor. I just start targeting his skirmishers, probably not ideal, but we'll see. Nice javelins into my scout riders there for him. I'm gonna back out here because I'm winning and I can just run away. Now here comes his main engagement. I got a nice charge with my Fierce Swords into his Axe Warriors. Celtic's gonna kill off spears. He will get an Axe Warrior in there though. Naked Swords are gonna do a lot of damage here. Or Naked Spears, sorry, to his Noble Horse. They got a Javelin Volley and Cavalry Counter Tactics, so they're gonna start killing him. He does run away though. Spears are gonna probably, they might finish on my Naked Spears. They didn't take a frontal charge from Cav, so they obviously don't like that, Naked Spears. They really need to support Cav fights rather than rather than engaging in them first. But now you can see here, I'm going to get some really good engagements. General charging these noble swords doesn't get a javelin volley. I'm going to countercharge my Oathsworn. That's going to be a free win. Oathsworn here going to be a free win. And here I am able to like block these axe warriors. I only send the Levy Freeman in there to help, so it's not going to be a huge factor. These axe warriors will easily kill them, but it's just a delay. Naked spears here easily finish off these spears, but they're getting focused by the skirmishers. I'm okay. I mean, obviously they're going to own the fucking naked spears. They have no armor, but it's better than him shooting the Oathsworn, and I can push his skirmishers back with that unit now. Here, finishing off these guys. Big ass melee over here. It's going kind of even, I'd say. I'm gonna get some nice rear shots though, because this axe warrior ran this way, then I charged it and ran in the back with a levy free, so it's facing this way, fighting my guy, and now it's gonna get shot in the back, so that's gonna be a really easy kill. That's why I'm focusing it. It's the best target there. His general is out here on the flank, killing off my naked warrior, which is killing off a spear warrior. um, but I don't really have much to do against his general. But my plan is basically to avoid his general, win on this side. My Oathsworn's here fighting an axe warrior, gonna be an easy win. My Oathsworn here is gonna get a big win against these noble swords probably. Nice charge here from his noble horse against these naked spears. They're gonna die. And he cleans up this fight, although I do get a counter charge my mighty horse into this fight, so a lot of things are gonna die here. He does see the threat with his naked axe warriors. You can see like move them around, and now he's not taking as bad shots. But I do have that extra cav unit, and here it goes, trying to gang up on this noble horse and kill it off before it can do too much damage. He has 2 cav to my 2 cav over here. This jab cab is alive. I think he lost 1 jab cab as well. I get a nice recharge into that, and now I'm gonna like kind of pull through. This was bad. It should have just ran away. This is like terrible. Yeah, I realize that now, but it might be a little too late. I'm gonna lose a lot of men on my noble horse here, and the skirmishers are nearby, so I should never have taken this fight. Not ideal. Oathsworn now gonna get peppered by these Dacian skirmishers who are doing really well. Gonna kill off a lot of Oathsworn here. But now I get my levy free into this cav fight, so I'm gonna win the cav fight here. I save a mighty horse. It's not big, but I also have all 4 of my slingers, and he doesn't really have a way to kill those slingers unless his cav can get to them. My noble horse is still pretty healthy here. His noble horseman also pretty healthy. They kind of pulled through here, but we're on the flank, so I'm gonna have to engage here. This is not ideal, but I will send all my slingers just to deal with the threat. He didn't get, you know, he's killing off my general pretty fast there. I did get into his skirmishers though, alleviating the pressure. I'm winning the infantry war. And I'm killing off his cav here, so I'm gonna get into the cav fight and win it completely. I don't have a huge amount of cav left, but that's fine. I don't need a huge amount of cav. I just need to have no cav on either side, and then my slingers are completely winning. His noble horse, gonna get in here and do some really nice damage, but I have more infantry support. The infantry war has busted out into my favor pretty quickly after my Oathsworn and my Fierce Sword both won, and they just got some rear charges. My Oathsworn here, my general is dead, as you can see with the Slinger morale as well. But these Oathsworn are winning easily. He does have some Jav Cav left that could be a threat to my Slinger, and he does have this 1 unit of cavalry as well. So I need to be a little careful, especially as my units are very blobbed up. So I decide to retreat here, reform, just try to, you know, gain some time. I really just need time because I'm winning the infantry war everywhere. I need to just reform, and he does admit defeat here. It was winning, but not super obvious. Like you can see, I have 2 cav units here. This is the general. This is a mighty horse. I was going to engage the mighty horse on this noble horse and then just focus fire with everything. And these 2 units were going to block against his jav cav. Was going to also kill off these skirmishers, whatever ammo they had left with another mighty horse. I had no sworn. His general isn't really in a position to do very much. So pretty winning, I'd say. You see my cav didn't do very much. His cav, nice kills. Again, they're very effective. Again, the mighty horse too are not as like sturdy as the heavy horse, so they will die to these noble horse. But in the end, they're just kind of vulnerable, and eventually I was able to gang up on them, get spears into those fights. Naked spears didn't really do well. They're a very weird unit because they don't like to get charged by cav, so it's like you can't use them as a frontline unit. They're supposed to support cav fights, but I kind of use them as a frontline unit, which is not ideal. Oathsworn did very well, both of them alive. All my infantry, in fact, did very well compared to his infantry. Almost none of them did well, except for that 1 axe warrior that got into my levy free. Both it was 1 noble sword general did fine, but the other one died without doing very much. And his skirmishers did quite well. Those kills were mostly against naked spears, but some were against Oathsworn, so that's pretty valuable. But he just had a lot of trash. like 5, 6, 7, 8 units that are all pretty bad. The 5 spears and the 3 skirmishers, so that's kind of unfortunate. And you can see my slingers didn't get a lot of kills yet, but they were alive, fully healthy with a lot of ammo, so that's always going to be valuable. Let's see if I have like one more interesting place somewhere. So, kind of losing the random element here. But we can see. Nah. What's this against? Oh yeah. Yeah, this is a funny game. This is Odrysian Kingdom versus Pergamon. TWL rules. And the kind of niche use for the Odrysian Kingdom here. So let's quickly go over. This is like the matchup of the shitty factions. I'm the Odrysian Kingdom Thunder, Saga, whatever is the Pergamon people. I have 3 Thracian nobles, Thracian royal cav, 4 jav cav, 3 peltas. Sorry, there's 1 Thracian skirmisher. No, 3 Thracian peltas. Falxmen in front here. 1, 2, 3 Falxmen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Thracian warriors and a spear to soak up the missile fire. Yeah, Thunder has 4 Tarentines, very smart. He has 4 slingers, sure. 2 pick peltas, why not? Bunch of, well, not a bunch, but 5 Galatian swords and 1 Thurio spear with a ton of shock cav, 3 Apaeus lancers, and a Pergamenes noble cavalry general. So he's got the right idea here, maybe. Let's go with a lot of cav. He doesn't have a lot of infantry though, so he can't tie down all my infantry because I have like 15 infantry or some shit. But yeah, Falxmen are in front because they're not as good, but they have the higher charge bonus. So I'm making sure I'm going to get these charges in with the Falxmen first, follow up with the Thracian warriors. Maybe it should be the opposite, I'm not really sure about that. Excuse me. Baiting out some javelins there. I need these guys to stay alive because they're the only thing that can actually kill the slingers eventually, and also they can need to javelin the javcav. I don't actually want to do a javelin war with the Tarentines because Tarentines don't really spend javelins, and yeah, these are way more valuable targets. I also have these 3 Thracian peltas to shoot his cav, so everything is pretty much planned to shoot his cav. And again, the Thracian nobles in reserve with the general to kind of be the cleanup crew. So here we come. We have to rush, obviously. He has slingers, I don't. Let's see what he's shooting. He didn't shoot early, so I don't think he's shooting my spear. Yeah, he's shooting my Falxmen with the right choice. Let's go into slow-mo here. He's using his Tarentines very nicely here with javelins. I'm just running up my peltas. Now I have to stop. I was just running them up to see if he would, shoot them pretty much. Because again, better to shoot them than to shoot my infantry. Pulling back here. He's shooting my infantry. Waste a javelin volley on my spear, so they've been successful so far in evading enemy missiles. And now he's gonna be able to get frontal charges on some of my units. I don't really have any way to stop that, so the only thing I can do is just shoot them with my javelins as they do that to make them waste men, so that my Thracian nobles are invincible. So here comes a fake charge from him, and you can see, like, I'm just like literally like targeting these guys with like the entire army, because that's the only threat on this flank. On this flank, it's a bit more confused, but I am a bit slow to push forward on this flank. This flank is very good timing. This the left, not so much. But my plan is to just kill off his infantry with charges. He does get a nice javelin volley to the Falxmen, but I'm just gonna bypass this Galatian sword, whereas these Thracian warriors are gonna get in. These Falxmen gonna get in, but taking massive losses already as a Thurio spear here. Nice charge from his units here, but I am starting to get javelins onto his cav. This is gonna be a beautiful charge. Don't even get a charge with my Falxmen, so that's not ideal. He's still just running away, but eventually he's gonna, the micro pressure is gonna be too much. I'm gonna start catching him. So yeah, I double charge this Galatian sword. It's gonna fucking die instantly. He does get in here, but he's starting to lose men already. I need my peltas. You can see I'm rotating to the right because that's where I want the fight to be. But that means that he's getting a bunch of free charges here. I am getting nice javelins though, and he's starting to lose men. Here he does, so this is one thing. He does get a charge with his Epeius Lancers onto these Folksmen, but my Thracian Warriors don't get charged, and they're going to get in here, and with the bonus versus Cav, are going to start to absolutely obliterate these Epeius Lancers. Thracian Nobles quickly in support. You can see his Lancers are doing quite well on the left here. But they're slowly going to start losing again, because these guys all have bonus versus Cav, so anyone that doesn't, like, yeah, these bad charges are going to start to suffer. You can see these Epeius Lancers down to 53, these ones as well, General down to 58. And this one down to 48. So he's already losing, but my Peltas haven't fired yet. And my Thracian Nobles are untouched. And his infantry is dead. You can see he only has 1, 2, 3 units left. And the Thracian Nobles are going to quickly obliterate whatever he has left. And I'm waiting for the... Yeah, so now I'm pressuring his slingers on this flank. My General is actually going to get used here. To help do that, because he's the only cav unit I have. And you can see 3, 4, all 4 of my Jav Cav are going to rush this flank. Thracian Nobles are in. They haven't lost almost any men. Here his Galatian swords are going to die. He doesn't pick Peltas here. This is pretty decent for him. And here's another thing. Like, okay, he's going to charge me. But my Thracian Nobles turn around, get the charge. And you can see what happens to Lancers that charge into Thracian Nobles. They actually just all die. So that's actually the trick of this matchup, is to use the Thracian Nobles against the Cav. Because they can't actually charge. If the Thracian Nobles get a counter charge, they actually obliterate the Cav. That's basically the point. You can see now all my Javelin units are on this flank. Again, let's watch. This was 48 men. And slowly, well, not slowly, gonna start losing men. 43, 41, 40, 40. Now the Javelins come in. I didn't lose that many men here. I lose like 20 men on the charge. This Epeius Lancer is dead. This Epeius Lancer is dead. So now he only has 2 cav. His general is dead too, because he's engaging my general and a bunch of Thracian warriors. So the rush is now in full effect. He is going to win on this flank quite easily. And yes, his Tarentines, but his Tarentines aren't able to get into the fight very much. They could get to my Peltas here, but I do have a bunch of units in support. My Thracian Nobles can easily kill off these Thurios Spears. Anything they touch just instantly dies. And now, yeah, 2 slingers already down. Tarentine's gonna get, blob attacked by my Kev. Peltas can hold off against the Tarentines pretty effectively. And the Thracian Nobles will support. And now his general is very low. He has to get out of there. Nice javelins from the gen. Actually might have killed his general there. My general's pretty healthy, 40 men, so no problem. His Tarentines with the general dying are going to start to waver and rout. And now he just doesn't have enough material here to win the game in the late game. Again, Epeius Lancers coming in against Falx units. They will kill them, but they're going to take damage, and he just can't afford this kind of damage at this point. Because he needs those cav to kill all of my infantry, pretty much. Because I have all of my Jav Cav here. He just doesn't have enough cav at this point to stop the Jav Cav from owning everything. Peltas still has a shit ton of ammo. Comes into the dicer. I have 2 Thracian Nobles, so 2 of the 3 Thracian Nobles survived the rush because they're at the back. And they will easily clean up anything left. He does have 2 Tarentines, but my general, and I have 2, 3 Jav Cav, 4 Jav Cav, all still alive. So that's keeping the key units alive to the late game. And you can see you're getting the rear charge of the Galatian swords here. His Pick Peltas, just stopping them from firing. That's really the only thing I need to do. His Peltas, or my Peltas, sorry, killing off this Epeius Lancer. Nice javelins into his Tarentines. They don't like this because their general's dead. Getting the charge here, we'll sacrifice these 2 guys, but the Thracian Noble's coming in. Thracian Noble's coming in here. He can't use his Tarentines to both kill my Peltas and defend his remaining slinger. And of course the Tarentines charging into the Thracian Nobles is no better for them. And the Peltas can now just, focus on it down. And Thracian Nobles easily will kill off Pick Peltas, no problem. My general just there for all support. And yep, nice. So interesting rush, but pretty sneaky tactic with the Thracian Nobles. Using them as anti-cav weapons. You don't want to do it against fully healthy Epeius Lancers, and you don't want to do it against Lancers that are charging you in the back. So that's what these first buffer units were there for, to start to weaken them, allowing me to get some javelins with the Jav Cav and the Peltas. And then when, and killing off most of his Galatian swords with the Falksmen and the Thracian warriors. That way when you get to the Thracian nobles, you have depleted cav, I still have my Peltas and my Jav Cabin support, and Thracian Nobles just tear everything else apart. Use the general to bust through at a key impact moment of the game, kind of just like break through one region and chase the slingers down with the Jav Cav, and the melee Cav used it against his general, so that was kind of key, with the remnants of my Thracian Warriors and Falksmen in support to help the Cav fights go in my favor. Don't want your general to get bogged down, but again, he only had one unit that was alive in that area, so 1v1 plus my support is very good for me, because his units were already damaged. And then the Thracian Nobles, the Peltas, and the Javcav can just clean up the endgame. So, yep, I think that'll be it for now. Some nice semi-random replay review. I honestly don't have that many other replays that are worth showing, so GG's. Um, and I will have some more actual content coming out soon. Just once this TWL season finishes, I'm going to make a bunch of videos about the season, some of the games in the season, and then also a Numidia Pontus matchup, how to play the matchup video, which I just don't want to release for secret tactics. But anyway, yep, those will be out soon within the next 2 weeks, I'd say. So, yep, thanks for watching. Peace. See you in the next one.